Man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm so fucking disgusted this morning. I see a lot of niggas defending that they politics is like they new religion. Defending these fucking illegals. I've been posting all morning out of my indignation. I had to fucking calm down before I made this video. Do you know niggas were the first ones? We would kill each other for being in the wrong fucking hood. Y'all know that shit in the 90s. I myself grew up in Westbrook. I'd be the first to knock a nigga out, throw the punch. Me and Derek was doing that. Beat a motherfucker down for being in the wrong neighborhood. I never shied down from a fight. And gunplay for defending my own. For those of y'all, I never ran with no gangs. That's just how I am. I was born with that kind of spirit. That spirit ain't gone nowhere. But when I see a lot of you niggas who call yourself gangsters and grew up, many of you older than me, defending fucking illegals. Defending illegals is like defending a motherfucker that came in your crib, breaking in your shit, eating, raping your daughter, and you fighting for him. When you should be out here defending. That is some bitch ass backwards shit if I ever seen it. And I'm not saying this to brag. Because as men, you put away childish things. Got wilder. We don't fight no more. We go to war. But to hear a lot of you defend these, man, ICE agents are nothing but federal police. You rebelling against Yahuwah himself, which really fucking grinds my gears. Not only are you supposed to submit to the governing authorities in the lands of the captivity that you in, you rebelling against Yahuwah. None of these nations love like us. They all despise us. I don't care if it offends people of another race that we grew up with. It is what it is. We God's, we Yahuwah's people. We the true children of Israel. Somebody needs to remind Trump, these senators, these judges, the fucking CIA and the FBI that Hebrew slaves built that fucking White House. God's people. And all of it lines up, the scripture lines up with us. We gonna judge angels. Therefore, when we open our mouth, the spirit of the living Elohim speaks through us. He never knew them. That's why I speak so fucking boldly. I don't care what they think. Just like that wicked Don Lemon. He tried some shit like that in the hood. Don Lemon needs a good old-fashioned hood beat and stomp down for that shit. You don't participate in sedition and rebellion, people. You got to be careful from that. I can understand why Yahuwah killed off so many niggas and even only 2 entered the promise. What was that? Joshua and Caleb. Anybody should be able to see that and who we are. A lot of people do. But to me, that is some women, you need to get away from men like that. You got a lot of niggas out here that talk a game. As the scriptures say, as a man thinketh, so is he. Don't mean think with your brain. The soul is different from the brain. The brain is just what you move your hands with, and it's a go-between between the soul or the spirit and the body. The soul is what gives you consciousness, reasoning, and you live by a constitution. Some people live by their own heart. I love Yahuwah and love his commandments and his law. Very few people do that. So that's what that means. As a man thinketh, so is he. It means that internal compass and that guiding light. A lot of motherfuckers love this nation. I'm trying to wake you up out of love. You my people. Death is a certainty. And I'm willing to die for Yahuwah. Because we're going to die anyway. And it ain't nothing greater than to die for Yahuwah, which is the son of Yahuwah. And then go on Facebook and I see elders, man, that's supposed to set an example for the younger generation. When you see our enemies fighting, you should shut the fuck up, sit down, and not get in the midst of it. I done told you this many times before. Yahuwah works in strange ways. And as it says in Habakkuk 1:5, he say, you amongst the heathen. Who is that? Us. He said, listen, for I will work a work in your day that you would not believe, though it be told to you. I don't know what that is just yet, but I got a feeling he's doing it. Sit the fuck down, stay out of it. I know I was one of them. Somebody coming the wrong side of town when I was younger. I would throw these hands and pretty good at it. Probably still got it, but I'm older now and I'm not going to fight. I'm going to go to war. And I would be the first. But D-Rock know it. Derek was one of them. And I know some real brothers and some others. But then to sit here, we would fight our own people for wearing the wrong colors, for being in the wrong neighborhood that we don't own. And then when illegals invade our space, this ain't our nation, and they eat your lunch, raping our daughters, murdering our daughters, and you gonna fight for them? You the enemy, and you need to be disposed of. I'm just keeping it 100%. This whole nation needs to bow down to God. But you know what? They gonna do it in due time. That's why I don't give a fuck how it's worded. That's free speech. That's how I talk in the street. That's how I would talk to my people. That's how I post on Facebook is how I talk in person. Y'all need to wake the fuck up and leave that stupid shit alone and set a better example for the younger seed. I'm gonna tell you right now, judging from what I'm seeing and observing, a lot of you ain't no good for the kingdom. You ain't trying to make no changes for Yahuwah. You want to continue to eat pork and all this. You want to party all goddamn day, eat, drink, fuck, rinse, and repeat, and do shit that you know ain't going to be allowed in the kingdom. It ain't that hard if you love Yahuwah. He didn't say you couldn't party. He said don't get carried away with it. See, I'm getting off track, but that's just the way it is. That's the way the wind blows sometimes. You're still in these churches. I just shared where a woman was shot to death on the way to church. I know that's going to go way over a lot of y'all's heads. Yahuwah, the Spirit, been calling us out from amongst them churches. Christianity is not of Yahuwah. It's of Satan. And you folks still flocking up under them false-ass patches, preaching under a false-ass name with a false-ass effeminate spirit. When he told you his spirit ain't going to be in a house built with hands. And it's going to be in the streets, and it's going to be offensive in a spirit of fire. I don't know what more to say. I think I'm going to preach until my time comes, but most of you ain't listening. And that's what this video is about. Time is growing shorter with each passing day. That's all I got to say.